Sharp Game here, coming at you with another live exclusive video. And a couple of days ago, I got an email from a woman, and she's thinking about leaving a guy, and she wanted to know what I thought about it. And I'm going to read some of what she said, and I'm going to give you my philosophy and how it really is when it comes to women leaving guys. And it's something that it's something that's hard for most people to wrap their mind around. And it was probably the most difficult thing for me personally that I had to deal with when I was in my 20s. And so I'm gonna get into some of this and I'm gonna tell you what I think. She said, after 4 to 6 weeks of dating, I've been in an exclusive relationship with a man for 3 years, my junior, and I'm 36. He has had some significant struggles in his life. He is aware of their impacts and is actively addressing them. Most recently, leaving a relationship that had activated some of his own issues. Sound like he got a drug habit. That's what it sounds like. But as someone who has overcome my own history of dysfunctional family life and personal strife, you are deluding yourself because it sounds like this guy has a drug habit. That's what it sounds like. She didn't come out and say it, but she said he disappears from time to time and comes back after a couple of days. Sound like he has a drug habit. You need to get the he need you need to help the guy get some help. That's what it is. But if he's not willing to do that, you should leave. And I have my own philosophy when it comes to leaving. Now, if I look, if you're in a relationship with me, or if we're in a long distance relationship, a long term relationship, I should say, you know, a woman is never going to be stuck or feels like she's going to be stuck around me. She's never going to be in a situation where she's worrying about, if I leave this man, what's going to happen? No, I have an open door policy. If a woman wants to leave, take care of yourself. But when you leave, you can't come back because once you leave, I shut the door, and that's the end of that chapter. Now, women are going to leave. I'm going to say most women, there's always an exception to the rule, but most women are going to leave anyway. They might not leave physically, but they're going to leave mentally. See, a lot of women, especially if you get into a long-term relationship with them, marriage, they usually check out mentally. When I say check out, I mean a lot of women will mentally detach. I'm talking like months, years. So you might be one of those guys right now that's staying with a woman in the same bed every night, but she checked out months ago. Now I know some guys will say, nah, my woman wouldn't do a thing like that. Nah, we've been together too long. We've been together for 5, 10, 15 years, 20 years. It doesn't matter. See, the problem with, I don't say it's a problem, but the thing with a lot of women that you have to understand is, number one, you can't satisfy a woman. The more you give, the more she wants. I don't care what it is. I mean, you can be knocking her socks off sexually, whatever, and it's still not going to be enough. She's going to want more and more and more. And that's just what it is. And see what has happened today with the, I should say, help of technology, depends on how you see it, is, see, today women can get attention from all over the place now. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. So, so especially if she's still looking pretty decent, attractive. So you might have a woman that you've been together with for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. So she might be in her 40s, 50s, tops. And, she might feel like, you know, you're a good guy, you're a good man, you're a good provider, but she's not getting a lot of attention. She's not getting enough attention anymore from you. So she'll go on to social media and get 10 times the amount of attention. And, you know, so as time go on, she's going to want more attention, you know, and who knows, she might even reach out, because some of these thirsty guys are sending her direct messages, believe that, especially on Instagram. So she might take, take one of those guys up on their offer one day, and you know, all of a sudden she gets distant from you, because she might just check out. And she might check back in, by the way. Some women might check out for, like, I don't know, a couple months, maybe a couple years. And a small percentage of women will check back in because a lot of women will go out and test the waters, and they'll find out that, hey, it ain't really easy out here. It might be fun every once in a while. And this is what happened to a lot of them athletes with their wives. They'll go out and test the waters with, a lot of these entertainers, and they'll go dip off and have fun every once in a while, and then they'll check back in when they go home. So that happens. But you should never say never. That's all I'm saying. It's because, see, the longer you're in a relationship, the more at risk of a woman leaving you physically or checking out. As a matter of fact, these athletes and entertainers, their wives leave them every day. Somebody's wife is leaving them. And these guys, they got access to people. They got, majority of them got money. I mean, a small percentage of them got millions of dollars. Look at some of these athletes, these basketball players. They become millionaires after a while. I mean, some of them become millionaires within a couple of months. So they got millions of dollars, and the wife still leaves. She's still not satisfied. So I remember at one point, Master P. I think somebody told me at one point. I don't remember when this was. At one point, he was worth $500 million. I don't know how they come up with these numbers, but I was told he was worth $500 million at one point, and his wife still left. So it's not all about just the money. So look, all relationships are gonna end regardless. I mean, somebody gotta die someday. So that's the only thing that's guaranteed in life, that you're going to die. No doubt about it. So, I would say, if you can get 10 to 15 years out of a relationship, assuming you have kids with this woman, I would say that's a great accomplishment today. I would say so. Because if you look at the rate that people are getting divorced out here, and most of the divorces, women want put in for the divorce. Here in America, I don't know about the rest of these other places, but here in America, most of the women, they want divorces. So that's why I say, if you can get 10 to 15 years relationship out of a woman with the kids involved, that's a great accomplishment today. Because the modern day woman today is, it's not the same as it was when I was growing up. I would say, because there's too many distractions. Women have too many options, and there's a lot of thirsty guys on the internet, on social media, and you got thirsty guys at work. You got thirsty guys everywhere. So women can get attention from almost anywhere today, and it doesn't necessarily matter how she look either, because the bar is set low. Guys will smash anything, and that's another big problem. The bar is set so low. There's always some scumbag dude that's willing to bang any girl. It doesn't matter how big she is. Doesn't matter how big her stomach is. Doesn't matter how she looks. It doesn't matter how. It doesn't matter. There's always some guy that's willing to go there with her. That's willing to have sex with her. And a lot of these women know that, and they play on it. So, you know, there's nothing you can really do. If a woman wants to leave, just let her leave. You know, and in most cases, most women are just distractions anyway. really. As a matter of fact, if a woman left me, it happened one time. It happened to me one time. It happens to every guy at least once. Some woman is gonna leave. But if a woman leaves me today, I would help her pack her bags. And if she left me for another guy, and if I actually meant the guy, I would shake his hand because he would be doing me a favor. Because I mean, most people are time wasters. They really are. And plus, you know, I just don't have a lot in common with a lot of people. I'm not. See, most people that I meet, we don't we don't really relate to a lot of stuff. We don't have a lot in common because see, I'm not like the common man. You know, I don't look at love and hip hop. I haven't looked at cable television in over 10 years. I don't I don't go to concerts. The first concerts I went to was what 2 months ago. I went to the Nas concert here where I live. The first time in my life in 40 plus years. And I read a lot of books. I write books. And yeah, you know what? One thing I noticed when I usually tell women that I read a lot of books and then I write books, that's usually not a turn on for most women when I tell them that. They're not turned on by that. That's usually that's kind of a negative. I get a certain type of stare when I tell them, you know, what I write about. I don't get a lot of praise and validation from them at all when it comes to that. That's interesting. You would think that I would get a positive response, but I don't. No, no. The hate is real out here, man. And plus, when I tell women that hey, I really don't get out that much unless I'm traveling or something like that. And if I tell them, hey, family is very important to me. I like I like spending time with my friends and family, you know, and I don't celebrate the holidays. And that when I tell them I don't celebrate the holidays, that's usually the breaking point, because I that no no the whole point for most women being in a relationship is to receive during the holiday. so so I'm not the common dude, that you run into on a daily basis. I do things that's like totally counterintuitive to most people. I don't hang out at the clubs or I don't make it a habit of going to the bars all the time. And I just don't do a lot of things that a lot of people do. I mean I don't smoke, I work out, I'm a social drinker. I don't drink liquor. I drink a little beer from time to time if I'm out and about, but I'm not a chronic drinker. I don't smoke weed. I don't eat pork. I mean, if I do, I'll eat sausage from time to time. But I don't eat pork chop. I don't eat pig feet. I don't eat. I'm a very picky eater. My favorite food is seafood. Uh, I don't eat anything. I don't go everywhere. I don't hang out with anybody. So I'm like I'm like not the common guy. So you know, a lot of women they get turned off by that, and eventually they leave. I mean, most of the women are gonna leave that I meet. They're gonna cut me off and move on. They're gonna go to the guy that does anything, you know. So and that's just what it is. But but I would say if you're the type of guy that think that you're going to get with a woman and you're going to be with her for a long time and she's not going to check out on you after 10, 20 years, and you're going to give, and she's not, and if you think she's not going to expect more of you, and if you think that uh she would never leave you physically, if that's your way of thinking as a man, you're crazy. Those are the main guys, the guys that have told me over the years that I know personally, guys that said, hey, my wife will never do this, my wife will never do that. Those are the main guys that women leave. I got a friend that ended up in a wheelchair, and his wife left him because she was tired of taking care of him. She said he became a burden to the family. And she divorced him, and he ended up going back home to South Carolina to his parents' house. And the ex-wife and his two kids are living in Charlotte right now. And I got another friend that she I think dude was dude lost his job. He had a job getting paid. Man, he was getting paid like six figures, and he lost his job. I don't know exactly what happened, but when he lost his job, she left him because he could not afford to pay all of the bills anymore. Even though he got unemployment, but he could not afford to pay all the bills anymore. So he had to downgrade his way of living. He had to sell the house, and they got another house that was much less, and get rid of one of the cars. And they had to move to a totally different neighborhood. And as soon as they moved into the new neighborhood in the new house and got rid of the car, got rid of one of the cars, she was ready to leave, and she left him for another guy. So, like I said, man, there's no guarantees in life. The only guarantee in life is that you're going to die. That's it. And you can't control other people's actions. Now, maybe you can manipulate people, or maybe you can put fear in women. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, anybody can do that. I mean, you can put fear in women, you can threaten her and all that stuff. But look, why do all that? Why do all that? If she want to leave, let her leave. Because if she don't physically leave, she's going to check out mentally anyway. And if a woman checks out mentally, you'll be able to tell because she won't be motivated or have the drive to do anything with you sexually. Um, she won't really have. She'll be on her cell phone all the time. Won't really have the urge to do anything with you. Not even going someplace with you. Probably not even being in the same room with you without the kids if you got them. So that's when you know when a woman check out. When she don't really want to have anything to do with you. She's motivated to hang with her friends more than you. That's when you know a woman checks out. When her friends come over or when her friends call, she's full speed ahead out of the door. That's when you know a woman has checked out on you. And when it comes to her friends and the preacher, the pastor, and the boss at work, and all these other people outside of the household, she put them on the pedestal. She respects them to the fullest. But when it's your turn, she can't put you on a pedestal. You know? Because she checked out, homie. She might not have left physically, but she checked out mentally. And there's nothing you can really do about it. Nothing you and I can really do about it. This shit happens. This shit is unavoidable. Really. This shit can't be avoided. Women always leave. Women don't stay with the same guy. Most women you meet, the first guy they met, they're still not with him. That's just what it is. You know, there's always an exception to the rule, but a good 97% of women, the first guy they met, they're not with him today. 97%. So this happens to every guy I've met. You know, there's nothing you can really do about it. You can't control it. You know, the more you give, the more she wants. You can't satisfy women. This is why you should more on what you're doing, because what you're doing is going to last much longer than what she's doing. This is why I don't worry about what women say or what women do. I take it with a grain of salt and I move on. Either she's in or she's out. And if she's not in, hey, there's out what the old saying goes, one woman's trash is the next woman's treasure. That's just what it is. You know? So that's about all I got in this video. If you like what you heard, share this video. Share it with everybody that you think would see it as value and that would learn something from it. And go check out my website, chooseyourrelationships.com. And that's where you get all the books, the gear, t-shirts, cups, etc. And check out my Patreon. I'm going to upload a video over there this week. And that's all I got. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.